Really good sound, ANC, and an amazing price. Let's check these out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. These are the Edifier WH700NB ANC on-ear headphones. And don't be thrown off by that name. These are great headphones at a remarkably affordable price. And they have active noise cancellation and environmental noise cancellation. So when you're talking, if you're in a noisy environment, it will do its very best to get rid of that background noise, which is a bit of a game changer. So these are not only headphones with really nice audio reproduction, but they actually manage the environment around you too. And the price is ridiculously inexpensive. Edifier has been making really good audio equipment for a long time. They know what they're doing. In fact, this speaker is an Edifier speaker of all things. You'll see how that comes into play in a little bit. But let's start with these. 40 millimeter dynamic drivers and 68 hours of playtime without ANC. If you turn on ANC, then it's a little bit lower because it takes a little more processing, but 68 hours is plenty of listening. And if you're absolutely out of power, 10 minutes of charge will give you, ready for this, 8 more hours of listening. So 10 minutes gives you 8 hours of listening, which means this whole thing charges to another 68 hours of potential in right around an hour. That's pretty impressive. Also features the very latest Bluetooth 5.3, the latest and greatest version of Bluetooth. So you have lots of range and no dropouts and no issues whatsoever, at least in my experience, that's what I've found. It has that ENC, or environmental noise cancellation, as I said, and that is because it has built-in microphones, because this is also not just a playback device, but it's a recording device too. So when paired with your phone, you can use these for a Zoom call, you can use these for a quick phone call, you can, talk to Siri or whatever your favorite voice navigation system is, all without taking your headphones off. Now, another nice feature is they feature dual connect, which is I think part of Bluetooth 5.3, but that means you can pair them both with your laptop and your phone and be listening to something on your laptop, maybe watching sports in a little inset window. And if a phone call comes in, it's already ready to go, and all you have to do is switch to the phone and it'll switch there, and you'll be ready to take that phone call and then switch back to your sporting event once you're done with the call. That is very convenient. Now, they work with the Edifier Connect app, which supports a lot of different Edifier devices. And really, instead of just talking about this, let me go and switch into a demo. So let me get this recording started. And then what we're going to do is, initially, we're going to start with the app itself. So let's get to Edifier Connect. And because my headphones are connected, it switches right to them, as you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on because why not? Maybe I'll just put them like that. That's pretty good. And it gives you 3 primary modes here. So the first one is ANC, and you can see that there's active noise cancellation. There's this ambient sound option, which lets you have a little bit of the sound around you come through in addition. And then you can turn off ANC, and that's one way to maximize your battery life if that's super important to you. I'm going to turn ANC back on because that's why I got these. And then swing over one, and you can get to 4 different EQ settings for different sound depending on what your preference is. And then one more across, and you can go into game mode. And what game mode does is it minimizes any sort of delay. So regular settings, you're perfectly fine watching a video or something. But when you're gaming, you really need to have that latency as close to 0 as possible. And that's what game mode does. So by default, I have that off, but you can turn it on. And then one more thing let me show you while we're in the app is you can tap on the icon on the top right and you get to all of the settings. And probably the most important settings here are control settings, because there's a multifunction button. I'll show you that in a second. And there's prompt volume, because it does voice prompts, so it'll tell you Bluetooth Connect and things like that. And if that's too loud, you can dial it down. You can increase the volume if you can't quite hear it. And then the one I think is most important is your shutdown timer. Once it has no audio coming through, you can have it stay on forever till it runs out of battery, probably not optimal, though that's the default. Or you can actually go and you can say, you know, after 30 minutes of no music, just go ahead and turn off. And then it's not that big a deal, because then all you have to do is turn them back on. They automatically pair with your device and you're ready to go in a few seconds anyway. But that shutdown timer is pretty important. Now, let's go into voice. And I'm going to do something a little fun. Now, before we get to this demo, let me just show you that I have background noise. So we're going to have a simulated background noise. And so the intent of this is like being at a coffee shop or a bar, or maybe in a busy work environment. And we want to see how well the microphone does actually overriding that sound. This is the ANC test. So I'm going to put these on properly. And then I'm going to push the recording button. And now what you're hearing is my voice is picked up by the Edifier WH700NB, and I have no background noise. I'm in a very quiet studio, so let's add that background noise. So I can hear the background noise, but you probably can't. And you're also hearing the headphones filter out that background noise while I'm talking. It's not quite as clean as if I didn't have the noise, but it's doing a pretty good job. And when I'm not talking, it's nice and quiet, so that's not distracting. Now let me stop the background noise. And if only in real life we could stop background noise like that, but that's a whole separate piece of software. Suffice to say, you now can hear the difference when you have that ENC and you're in a noisy environment. It's not as good as being in a quiet environment, but it does enough that it's actually entirely functional. Now, let me stop all these recordings. And so, first off, at this point, let me give you a quick tour of the buttons. And all the buttons are all on the right-hand ear cup. So you can see there's volume up and down and a multifunction button in the middle. And then there's that Bluetooth button, which you can use for pairing and such. And then that USB-C for charging. And it comes with a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. Also comes with some legalese, I don't know what the heck that says, and a manual that gives you a good head start to being able to use these in a quick and efficient manner. But they're really easy to work with, and they are adjustable and they're foldable, so you can fold them and tote them around, and they're super lightweight. They're only 14 ounces and they're very comfortable. So one of the things I really like is that there's a sort of padded headband, and when you put them on, and I just pull them down a little bit, they're really comfortable on my head. They're really light, and the ear cushions feel really good. They're on ear, not over ear, but I mean, really very nice design, and I really like this is blue. They also have it in white or black. And so we should talk about the sound. And I will tell you, Edifier makes good gear, and this is another one of these devices where it's kind of surprising how inexpensive it is, because they give you a really nice sound reproduction with a solid sound stage. I was listening to the soundtrack to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Oh man, such a fun movie and such a great soundtrack, so exciting. And putting it on these and cranking that volume up, man, it was just as good as being in an IMAX theater. It was very exciting. It just does a really nice job. There's a lot of bass to give you that excitement, and the highs are very pleasant to listen to, so there's no brightness or tinniness or anything. Really nice job. They're really nice sounding headphones. I'm really pretty enthused about these. The comments or criticisms don't really have any. I guess the only one I will say was that it did have a inspection sticker on there, and to get the sticker off and to get the residue of the adhesive off was actually a fair amount of work. I think the company could probably use a different kind of adhesive, but honestly, that's like all the criticism I have, and that's not very much. Doesn't come with a pouch, doesn't come with a carrying case. It really is minimalistic. It is the headphones and the charging cable and some documentation, and that's all you get in the box, and that's all you need. So these are ready to go. They are affordable enough that they're perfect for teenagers, and they sound good enough that they're going to change your experience if you're working in an office or working at home for that matter, or you just want to be able to listen to your favorite music in a different or noisy environment, and then occasionally grab a phone call. So lots to like here with these Edifiers, definitely ones to check out. Now, let's talk about the price, because I'm recording this on Black Friday and they have a big sale going on. So if you check these out and you want them, these are at a wicked good price right now. These are the Edifier WH700NB ANC on-ear headphones, and they're $49.99, currently discounted down to a ridiculous $39.99 at Amazon.com. I cannot say how long that price will last, but even at $50, these are really nice, comfortable ANC headphones with really nice sound reproduction, and that's plenty worth $50. I think they could probably sell these for $99 and not one person would make a sound or complaint. They are really nicely done. Now, while we're here, and while you're still watching my video, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and tap on that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if this was useful. Go ahead and leave a comment if this was something where you wish I would have demoed something different, or you just are a fan. I always appreciate that. Great, that's everything. So I'm going to put these back on. I am going back to my Mission Impossible theme music, so I'll have to catch you in my next video.